Look at that pigeon pecking around for scraps. That crow eyeing your sandwich. That chicken crossing the road for whatever reason chickens cross roads. You're not looking at birds, mate. You're looking at dinosaurs. Actual, legitimate, card-carrying dinosaurs. And I'm not being metaphorical here. I'm being absolutely, scientifically literal. This isn't some crackpot theory. This is established scientific fact. Birds are dinosaurs, in the same way that humans are mammals. Not descended from dinosaurs, not related to dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. And today, we're going to blow your mind with the absolutely mental story of how a T-Rex's cousin became your Sunday roast. Picture this, it's 1861, Bavaria, Germany. A limestone quarry worker splits open a rock and finds something that's about to break every scientist's brain. It's called Archaeopteryx, and it's wrong. It's all wrong. It's got feathers like a bird, but teeth and a long bony tail like a reptile. It's got wings, but they have bloody claws on them. This fossil dropped just 2 years after Darwin published Origin of Species. Talk about timing. Here's Darwin saying species evolve from other species. And boom, here's a fossil that looks like it can't decide if it wants to be a dinosaur or a bird. Thomas Henry Huxley, Darwin's attack dog in the scientific community, looks at this thing and goes absolutely spare. He starts comparing Archaeopteryx to small dinosaurs like Compsognathus, and realizes something mental. Take away the feathers, and they're basically the same animal. But here's the thing. Nobody wanted to hear it. The idea that birds evolved from dinosaurs was considered absolutely balmy. The scientific establishment wasn't having any of it. For the next 100 years, this idea gets buried. Fast forward to the 1960s, John Ostrom from Yale is digging in Montana when he finds Deinonychus, terrible claw. This isn't some slow, lumbering lizard. This thing is built like an athlete. Long, powerful legs, stiff tail for balance, arms that could properly grab things, and that massive, sickle-shaped murder claw that gives it its name. Ostrom starts comparing Deinonychus to Archaeopteryx, and his mind explodes. Same basic body plan. Same wrist structure with that special half-moon-shaped bone that allows for a flapping motion. Same ankle structure. Same everything except size and feathers. Then, in the 1990s, something absolutely mental happens. China starts producing feathered dinosaurs like they're going out of style. Not impressions that might be feathers. Actual, honest-to-God, undeniable feathers on undeniable dinosaurs. First comes Sinosauropteryx in 1996. This little dinosaur, about turkey-sized, is covered in fuzzy protofeathers. The scientific community loses their minds. Here's a dinosaur. Clearly a dinosaur, found with other dinosaurs, has all the dinosaur features. But it's got feathers. Then the floodgates open. Caudipteryx, Protarchaeoptery, Bapiosaurus, Sinornithosaurus, Microraptor, each one more spectacular than the last. We find dinosaurs with simple fuzz, dinosaurs with complex flight feathers, dinosaurs with feathers on their bloody legs, making them four-winged. But the real mic drop comes in 2012. Tyrannosaurus wally, a 30-foot-long, 1.5-ton predator covered in feathers. This isn't some tiny bird-like thing. This is a proper big carnivore, a relative of T-Rex, and it's fuzzy. We even figure out what color some of them were. By looking at microscopic structures in the fossilized feathers, we determine Anchiornis was black with white spangled wings and a reddish mohawk. Sinosauropteryx had a striped tail. Boreolepelta, though not a theropod, had countershading camouflage despite being the size of a car and covered in armor, which tells you something terrifying about what was hunting it. So, how the hell do you turn a T-Rex into a chicken? It's not just about shrinking. It's a complete reorganization of the entire body plan happening gradually over millions of years. Let's talk size first. Early theropods, like Herrerasaurus, were about 6 meters long, weighing 350 kilos. By the time we get to Archaeopteryx, we're looking at something crow-sized, less than a kilo. This took about 50 million years of gradual shrinking. The skull transformation is bonkers. Dinosaur skulls were long and narrow, packed with sharp teeth. Over time, the skull gets shorter, the eyes get proportionally bigger, and eventually the teeth disappear entirely, replaced by a beak. We've actually found dinosaurs at every stage of this transition. Dinosaurs with teeth and beaks, dinosaurs with just beaks. The arms-to-wings transformation is mental. The basic theropod arm had 3 fingers with claws for grabbing prey. Over time, the bones elongate, the fingers partially fuse, and feathers develop along the arm. That special wrist bone I keep mentioning. The semilunate carpal allows the hand to fold against the forearm, which becomes the wing-folding mechanism birds use today. But the tail transformation is absolutely wild. Early theropods had long, flexible tails for balance. Deinonychus had a tail stiffened with bony rods. As we move toward birds, the tail gets shorter and shorter until it becomes the pygostyle, that little nub where tail feathers attach in modern birds. The respiratory system is where things get properly insane. Birds have the most efficient breathing system of any vertebrate. Air flows one way through their lungs, and they have air sacs throughout their body, even in their bones. But this didn't evolve for flight. We see evidence of this system in running dinosaurs that never flew. Birds inherited this turbocharged respiratory system from their dinosaur ancestors and adapted it for flight. The evolution of flight is contentious as hell. Did dinosaurs run so fast they took off? Did they glide from trees? The answer is probably yes. Different dinosaurs tried different things. Microraptor had 4 wings, fully developed flight feathers on its arms and legs. It probably glided between trees like some sort of dinosaur flying squirrel. But its leg feathers would have made it rubbish at running, suggesting it lived in trees. Meanwhile, Archaeopteryx has curved claws good for climbing, but also long legs good for running. It's like these dinosaurs were hedging their bets. The breakthrough in understanding came from studying modern bird chicks. Young chickens use their wings to help run up steep slopes, not flying, but using the wings to push themselves against surfaces for better traction. It's called wing-assisted incline running, and it provides a perfect intermediate stage between running and flying. Each tiny improvement in wing size and feather development would have provided immediate benefits: better balance while running, ability to jump higher, glide farther, eventually achieve powered flight. Evolution doesn't plan ahead. Each stage has to be useful right now. 66 million years ago, an asteroid the size of Mount Everest slams into the Yucatan Peninsula at 20 kilometers per second. The impact energy equals 100 million megatons of TNT. The crater is 150 kilometers wide, but that's just the beginning. The impact throws so much debris into the atmosphere that it blocks out the sun for months. Plants can't photosynthesize. Temperatures plummet. Acid rain falls globally. The food chain collapses from the bottom up. It's basically every disaster movie happening simultaneously. So how did some dinosaurs, the birds, survive when T-Rex and Triceratops got deleted from existence? Size matters. The birds that survived were small, crow-sized or smaller. Small animals need less food, can hide better, reproduce faster. When the food chain collapsed, Being able to survive on seeds and insects was a massive advantage. Most bird groups actually died out too. The Enantiornithians, the dominant birds of the Mesozoic, went completely extinct. The survivors were mainly ground-dwelling seed-eaters, basically apocalypse chickens scratching out a living in a devastated world. Within 10 million years of the impact, surviving birds exploded in diversity. With the big dinosaurs gone, birds could fill all sorts of ecological niches. They got bigger, though never dinosaur big, became specialized predators, took to the water, evolved into the 10,000+ species we see today. When DNA technology arrived, it sealed the deal completely. Birds and crocodilians, dinosaurs' closest living relatives, share specific genetic markers they don't share with other reptiles. They have similar gene arrangements, even share ancient viral DNA insertions, like evolutionary timestamps. Here's something mental. Scientists can manipulate chicken embryos to grow dinosaur features. They've created chickens with dinosaur-like snouts instead of beaks. They've induced tooth growth. They've prevented tail reduction, creating longer, dinosaur-like tails. The genes for making a dinosaur are still there in chickens, just switched off. Birds still have all the genes for making teeth. They develop tooth buds as embryos that get reabsorbed. Scientists have activated these genes and grown perfectly formed teeth in chickens, conical like crocodile teeth. After 80 million years without teeth, the instruction manual is still there. In 2005, scientists extracted what appeared to be collagen from a T-Rex fossil. The protein sequences were most similar to birds, particularly chickens and ostriches. We literally found molecular evidence that T-Rex is more closely related to chickens than to other reptiles. Let's talk about chickens specifically, because when you properly look at a chicken, every single thing about it screams dinosaur. Watch a chicken walk. That head-bobbing motion is pure theropod, helping stabilize vision while moving, crucial for bipedal predators. T-Rex probably did the same thing, just scarier. Those scaly feet. They're not just random reptilian leftovers. They're modified feathers. The same genes that make feathers elsewhere on the body make scales on the feet. Scientists have made chickens grow feathers on their feet by tweaking these genes. The way chickens scratch the ground with those powerful backward kicks, that's the same motion raptors used with their sickle claws to disembowel prey. They've just repurposed their ancestral murder technique for finding worms. When a rooster puffs up and does his aggressive display, spreading his wings and dancing sideways, that's a dinosaur threat display. Fossil evidence suggests many theropods did exactly the same thing. The pecking order chickens are famous for. That hierarchical social structure probably existed in dinosaur groups too. We have fossils of dinosaurs in herds and packs. They probably had similar dominance hierarchies. Even chicken sounds are dinosaurian. Birds don't roar. They chirp, squawk, cluck. Dinosaurs probably made similar sounds rather than the Hollywood roars. Imagine T-Rex making a bass-boosted chicken cluck. Actually terrifying. There are 10,000+ species of living dinosaurs. They outnumber mammal species 2 to 1. In terms of individuals, there are about 50 billion birds on Earth. The age of dinosaurs never ended. It just changed form. Birds do things that would make their extinct relatives proud. Peregrine falcons dive at 240 miles per hour. Arctic terns fly 44,000 miles annually from Arctic to Antarctic. Bar-headed geese fly over Mount Everest. Hummingbirds hover with hearts beating 1,200 times per minute. Crows use tools, solve puzzles, hold grudges, and have regional dialects. African grey parrots understand concepts like 0 and can use language meaningfully. Some birds are scary smart, suggesting some dinosaurs might have been much more intelligent than we imagined. The domestic chicken is arguably the most successful dinosaur ever. 25 billion alive at any moment. 3 for every human. We eat 70 billion per year. They've achieved world domination not through teeth and claws, but through being delicious. It's an evolutionary strategy T-Rex never considered. So next time you see a bird, any bird, remember what you're really looking at. Every pigeon pecking at trash is a dinosaur. Every crow calling from a tree is a dinosaur. Every chicken nugget you've ever eaten was literally made from dinosaur meat. The discovery that birds are dinosaurs forces us to reconsider everything. The dinosaurs didn't go extinct. One lineage survived and thrived. The mighty T-Rex is gone, but the humble chicken prospers. It's not the strongest that survive, but the most adaptable. This is the most spectacular transformation in vertebrate evolution. Over millions of years, massive terrestrial predators became small flying singers. Scales became feathers. Teeth became beaks. Arms became wings. Sickle claws became pecking feet. We haven't just studied dinosaurs. We've been eating them, keeping them as pets, watching them at our bird feeders. The dinosaurs never left us. We just didn't recognize them. They're at your window, in your backyard, on your dinner plate. The next time someone asks why the chicken crossed the road, you can tell them. Because 150 million years of theropod evolution gave it the bipedal locomotion, complex cognitive abilities, and behavioral flexibility to make that decision. Also, probably to get to the other side. The dinosaurs are still here. They're just wearing feathers now. And honestly, they're doing bloody brilliant.